Often at the beginning of worship, we take this opportunity to do what we call a How Has God Blessed You piece. And as part of what we're doing this morning is our How Has God Blessed You is not only how has God blessed you, but how has God blessed us. We have been missing a part of our Trinity over the last few months. And we have sorely missed this person in our congregation and as one of our spiritual community. And I'm delighted that she is now well enough to be back amongst us and will come to speak for us for a few moments this morning. Would you please welcome with me our Minister of Congregational Life, Reverend Pat Langlois.
God is good. All the time. And all the time. God is good. I cannot tell you how many times those words echoed in my heart these last 3 months, especially in times when I didn't think there was anything to feel good about. But the words that are spoken in this church every week, I can tell you, helped get me through. The words of Teresa of Avila also ran through my mind as well. Christ has no body now on earth but yours, no hands but yours, no feet but yours. Yours are the eyes through which to look out Christ's compassion to the world. Yours are the feet with which he is to go about doing good, and yours are the hands which God blesses people now. So when I thought about how has God blessed me, during the first month, as I felt so foggy and wasn't certain which way to turn, God blessed me through my wife, Stephanie, who held my hand and guided me through many challenges. When it was difficult to see out of my eye, and I was told there was the possibility that I wouldn't be able to run or jump or have that type of fun with my daughter, God blessed me with her, Maya, because she reminded me to see what was really important. And when I was too tired to cook, God blessed me with some of you who quietly delivered the most delicious meals I have ever had on my doorstep. And when I felt alone and forgotten, okay, so I had a few pity parties. God blessed me with text messages or a phone call or an email that said, "We miss you, get well, come back soon." When I didn't know how I was going to pay the bills, God blessed me with a check in the mail. When I began to feel better, God blessed me with our families who brought us into their homes to nurture us and bring us back into wholeness. And when it was time to return to community here, God blessed me with a deeper healing of mind, body, and spirit that I have ever had in my life, which I don't ever want to have to go through this journey to learn again. And now that I am here again with you, I cannot tell you how much it means to me, because I felt everyone's prayers, and indeed you were the hands and the feet and the heart of Christ, and I felt your prayers. I felt your prayers in every fiber of my being. I want to tell you, don't ever take life for granted. Don't ever take this church for granted. Don't ever take yourselves for granted. Don't ever take God for granted. Because I'm going to tell you, when I think, how has God blessed me? God has blessed me by bringing me healing, humbleness, teaching, loving me back to wholeness and holiness. And God has blessed me just by being God. thank you for everything, and I am so glad to be back home amongst all of you.
Hey, Pat, can I take a break now?
Sorry, I've missed her very much. It's just nice to have her back. The reading this morning is from Luke chapter 19, verses 11 through 26. While Jesus had their attention, and because they were getting close to Jerusalem by this time, and expectation was building that God's new realm would appear any minute, he told this story. There was once a man descended from a royal house who needed to make a long trip back to headquarters to get authorization for his rule and then return. But first he called 10 servants together, gave them each a sum of money, and instructed them, "Operate with this until I return." But the citizens there hated him. So they sent a commission with a signed petition to oppose his rule. "We don't want this person to rule us." When he came back bringing the authorization of rule, he called those 10 servants to whom he had given the money to find out how they had done. The first said, "Master, I doubled your money." "Good servant, great work. Because you've been trustworthy in this small job, I'm making you governor of 10 towns. The second said, "Master, I made a 50% profit on your money." He said, "I'm putting you in charge of 5 towns. The next servant said, "Master, here's your money safe and sound. I kept it hidden in the cellar. To tell you the truth, I was a little afraid. I know you have high standards and hate sloppiness and don't suffer fools gladly." He said, "You're right that I don't suffer fools gladly, and you've acted the fool. Why didn't you at least invest the money in securities so I would have gotten a little interest on it?" Then he said to those standing there, "Take the money from him and give it to the servant who doubled my stake." They said, "But master, he already has double." He said, "That's what I mean. Risk your life and get more than you ever dreamed of. Play it safe and end up holding the bag." Hear what the Spirit says today.